Hello everyone and welcome to your Ascension reading. There will be an extended, and that is linked below in my Patreon, extended videos only. So starting out here, I wanted to continue with the tarot messages that we had from Instagram this morning. Keep in mind, again, these are collective messages, so receive what resonates, inspires, and uplifts you. Release anything that does not. But now is an important time. Starting out, we had the Eight of Cups for those of you who did not see the tarot message. With the Eight of Cups, this is about letting go of what doesn't serve you, what you've already experienced, what you have learned from, what you're ready to release and move forward. You see, she's looking forward into the future, and she's leaving these Eight of Cups behind because she is going for her highest timeline. You could be a masculine watching this as well. Just keep that in mind. Then we have the Knight of Swords, which is about determination, forward movement, clarity, honesty. Okay, the determination to move through any sort of blocks or anything like that. You could be speaking in a very direct manner or moving kind of quickly, or feeling the energy motivate you to move faster. And the reason you're doing this releasing work of what doesn't serve you is because you have the Queen of Wands, and this is your glow up experience. This is where you step into your fullness, your embodiment, your greatness, where you really become a master of your skills and your talents and your abilities. And with the Queen of Wands energy, that's a creative energy. That's working in harmony with nature and the elements. That's the energy of knowing your strengths and not hiding them because you're afraid that you're, going to outshine others. Okay, the other message with the Queen of Wands here is about attracting in and again creating what you want to create, being a mindful and conscious creator of your experience and of your reality. So even though you experienced the Eight of Cups, which was the contrast of maybe what you desired, keep in mind that showed you, that was a way to show you of what you do desire. So there was power in that. There was value in those experiences. So have that appreciation as you release them with love. Now, those could be anything in your life. That's going to, vary for many of you. That can be, self-sabotaging patterns. That can be your, belief systems that don't serve you. That could be ego beliefs. That could be the belief of others that's not serving you. Even parts of yourself, that you're ready to release, or any sort of situation that doesn't serve your highest good, that doesn't bring your heart happiness, that doesn't bring you happiness here. And with the Knight of Swords, you're taking the action. You're moving forward to develop into this Queen of Wands, King of Wands energy, which is also about leading your life. It's about leadership and inspiring others as well. Okay, so kind of clarifying these cards, with the chakra cards, we have Mother Earth with the Eight of Cups. So this is about connecting in with Gaia, the goddess energy, Gaia, the earth, and the power of grounding. The higher you want to expand into the galactic energies, the deeper it is important that you are grounded into, this earth, because that's a way that you can be balanced, okay, within your spiritual practice, within, it's a way to bring those higher frequencies into your physical reality, the way to ground in those energies. So Mother Earth here with number 1 speaks of this is where to begin. Before releasing, or with assistance with releasing, or maybe even when you go out and meditate in nature and ask, okay, what is it that I'm ready to release? And you just do some deep breath work and you're very conscious, and the wisdom of the earth speaks to you. You maybe have a specific animal that shows up for you that is relevant, or you're just able to connect in with your higher self in a more grounded way when you are outside or when you are connected in with the earth. Okay, so this is a really powerful card, as it's number 1. So it's where to begin, but it's also where there's going to be a new beginning for you. So this is beautiful with this Mother Earth card. I think this is particularly powerful for those of you who are mothers, or have been nurturing others in your life, and maybe have felt a little bit drained, a little bit tired. Let nature inspire you, let nature hold you, and recognize that you can also release energies into the earth, or you can release them to just source light energy, whatever feels best for you. One of the ways I like to ground is to sit with my back to a tree and just connect in with that energy and just breathe. Just consciously breathe. And if anything shows up for you in your body, anything comes alive that's ready to release, you don't have to attach to it. You don't have to dive into it to figure out what it is unless you truly want to. But it's a messenger, and you let it come forward and you let it release, and you just set that intention to release it, whether it is into the earth to be transmuted into light or to source. Okay, so incredibly grounding, stabilizing, and beautiful energies with that Eight of Cups. Okay, the next message with the Knight of Swords, we have clarity with crystals. So some of you, again, we have earth energy coming through. Okay, some of you might really benefit from wearing crystals, okay, or meditating with crystals, or working with crystals in some way in your life. There are many ways to do that here. But the Knight of Swords is about being honest with yourself, being very clear about what doesn't serve you, being very clear about your boundaries when you're communicating with others, being crystal clear, okay? That is the energy here, and also keeping your energy clear. So for those of you, especially if you're in group settings, you're an empath, you want to make sure that you are not absorbing energies that are not yours. So, maybe wear some crystals this week. That might be helpful. We also have that beautiful blue energy coming through. So a lot of energy clearing in the throat chakra for you to be able to express your truth, for you to be able to be clear and have that clear connection with your higher self and your inner voice. And then we have soul healing with the Queen of Wands. So many of you are healers. Many of you are, stepping into your spiritual leadership, or, your particular skill or gift, and you're focusing on that here. With soul healing, if you look at this card and this card, it almost looks like they're the same person, but one is grown, right? And this is the solar plexus, and it's so interesting. It aligns with the Queen of Wands energy, right? Because you have the sacral solar plexus energy with the Queen of Wands, and here you have the solar plexus energy coming through so brightly. And this is your light within. This is your alchemy within. This is you realizing what your power is in your life, your power to create, your power of awareness, and channeling that for good. And for many of you, you're overcoming some sort of inner child. There's some sort of inner child healing that is happening here. But it's almost like having this, eternal youth, but yet at the same time, spiritually maturing. Okay? And what I mean by that is that you are wise, you're experienced, you have these talents and these abilities, but yet at the same time you are open to grow. You're open to learn here, and you're also more playful and light and enjoying your experience more with this soul healing energy that's coming through for the Queen of Wands. Again, some of you, you're going to be working with different healing modalities. You're going to be activating different healing modalities, but I feel like there are things that are specific to you and your path and your timeline here with that soul healing. It also is like a reminder of the divinity within you, that you are, a divine child here on earth, okay, with the Mother Earth card here. And again, with that youthful energy, there's a new beginning, there's something starting here. And when you heal that inner child, and some of this clearing and healing can happen very quickly, just as long as you're aware of it, you acknowledge it, and you create this space for it. It can just be all of a sudden you just have this realization, and it brings you this clarity, it brings you this wisdom, and it brings you this inner peace. And for some of you, it does have to do with your past, right? But it allows you to move forward. It allows you to spiritually mature. There's so much transmutation. I'm feeling so much warmth here within the heart space when I look at this card. So, you might be feeling that as well. And more of you are going to have opportunities to shine. Opportunities to show your greatness. There's another message coming through with the soul healing and the Queen of Wands is you could be younger in age, but you could also be have this deep wisdom. Okay, when I say younger, I mean like, you know, your 20s or your 30s, but you have this deep wisdom that others do not, because of just you're tapping in more and more with your higher self and your soul. I'm called to look at all of that beautiful violet energy, okay, which also reminds me of the violet flame. So there's a lot of clearing happening here, but also just this, you know, the spiritual power that you have in being able to channel in a beautiful way. And for many of you, again, like many of you, either it was people who are unawakened, you know, who underestimated you, or, you know, maybe people in spiritual communities who are older than you that thought that, you know, they were greater than you, or the ego was in there, right? That might have been part of your journey here, or that might be some of what you're healing. But remember that you have this innate wisdom within you. You have the spiritual power, and to embrace that and not put other people on a pedestal and not try to impress others, and understand that people will only understand things at the level of their awareness. And if they have not done that work, even if you have the greatest value to bring, if they're not ready to receive that or even recognize that, understand that's part of their journey and do not take that personally, okay? I feel like that hits home for someone. But that's just really beautiful. I'm also seeing almost like layers, like an onion, okay? So like you're peeling back these layers. For some of you, this might be you're peeling back the layers of the ego to really get to the soul, to really get to that soul guidance, that soul awareness, that deeper love, that deeper appreciation within, okay? And again, with the layers, I feel like it's releasing within the solar plexus of, you know, other people's will, other people's egos, other people's agenda. You know, you're releasing, you might be doing a lot of clearing within the solar plexus as well, because you could have been living a life that others wanted for you rather than what you desired for yourself fully here. And there's just these deeper levels of awareness, and the more aware we are, the more conscious we are, the more that we can create not just more of what we desire, but just in a more grounded way. And we can do greater good here on earth, right? Okay, so for the light messages, we have boundaries. Where do you need to establish better boundaries? You see all those people reaching, all those energies reaching. Making sure you're clearing your energy, making sure that you are creating space for yourself here, because there could be a lot of energies reaching for your light, okay? Make sure you surround yourself with light before you go to bed or you take a nap. Make sure that, you know, you have those energetic boundaries, not only in your expression, not only in your expression, see the throat chakra clearing, but also within your energy field, that you're very clear about who and what you want in your energy field and what you don't. Now, all these people, all these energies might be important to you, but first and foremost, you fill up your cup. You make sure your energy is prepared, and that, you know, it is part of your highest timeline to work with, you know, these different energies, to have that beautiful discernment and trust in the wisdom of your body when your wisdom says, in your body says, you know, maybe now's not the time to connect with that person, or maybe that's not for us right now, or maybe it is. Maybe you get that full green light, you know, but it's all about building that confidence and trust and that conversation within you and your higher self, and so that you don't have to seek out, you know, validation from others, that you can self-validate yourself here, okay? And what I'm getting is, like, honestly, people might be frustrated with that. They might be aggravated that they can't contact you when they want to, or, you know, you're not accessible to them. You know, it's like some of you are creating these new rules, boundaries, standards for others here, and it's going to take some time for them to adjust. It might be angry, and that's fine. That's theirs, right? And it's up to you to hold your boundaries, and that's going to serve your light. That's going to serve you in this time of clearing and releasing. You know, it's as simple as, let's say, you know, a lot of people want to contact you, but you have this project that you're working on. Let's say simple decluttering. You're doing some decluttering or spring cleaning or something like that, and it feels really important for you in your environment, in your life, to have this done. Then you're prioritizing that, and everyone else is going to have to wait, right? That's just a simple example, but knowing and prioritizing yourself, what's important to you first, is going to be very important here. Otherwise, you're going to become burned out, or you're going to drain your energy, okay? Because a lot of these energies might not be as conscious as you are, okay? Make sure that if you work online that you're disconnecting, okay, that you're not, and you're calling your energy back to you, okay, in its fullness, clear, so that you're not leaving pieces of your energy out, or you're not, connected, your energy is not connected to different, I almost want to say portals, but like, connected online. Make sure you are taking space from technology, okay? We also have align your life. What is not aligned or needs to change. And that was also about the 8 of Cups, the Knight of Swords here. What feels off to you? What doesn't serve you? What do you not see on your highest timeline, right? Or what is getting in the way of your highest timeline? But the pieces are coming in here. And I feel like it's little adjustments, to put this back into alignment, to put this picture back into alignment. It's just little adjustments here and there. But if we're not conscious and aware and paying attention to how, our inner being is speaking to us, then we may not notice those moments where we could make that slight adjustment that puts things back into alignment, okay? And then I love this one, especially with how heavy the energies can be, and with a lot of things that are happening right now in the world. We have Starseed, what lights you up? What lights you up? What do you enjoy? This is another way to serve your light, to fill up your energy, to enjoy your life and align with your highest timeline here. Is that oftentimes you get bogged down in service to others, right? Or, this very much looks like there's a lot of energies here vying for your attention. But with this, it's like, what does lights you up? What brings you joy? I would even say, I would encourage you to stay away from any sort of like heavy media or heavy, not media, but when I say, I mean like movies or shows, things that are dense or really complex, maybe just put on something lighthearted, something humorous, something fun, something that lights you up, something that you enjoy. This is just doing things for the enjoyment of it because it serves your highest good, okay? It's not necessarily about serving others. It's about, enjoying your life and taking time for that here, because there's a lot of soul work that's being put in. There's, I feel like, a lot of legwork as well, and consciousness work of making these slight little adjustments and, tightening up your boundaries. And so I think that, it's so important to embrace the joy and dive into those experiences that light you up, those, areas of interest that you want to explore that really rejuvenate your soul, okay? And then for relationships, for those of you that are in relationship, we have sensitivity. The frequency of sensitivity helps us to open up a world of subtlety and detail while anchoring in a structural foundation. Is that not the spread? Thus supporting us to become more fully multi-dimensional. Okay, that's exactly what this energy is here with, the soul healing, the clarity, and the Mother Earth. Is so in your relationships, you have the Merkaba there, okay? In your relationships, we have that beautiful pink energy, which is your heart, and we have the blue energy, we have the green energy as well, which is healing, and the throat chakra. So what I'm getting here, and we even have, some red in the middle there, is that you're going to be you're going to pick up on the subtle details with your partner here of just information. You're going to be picking up on information. Again, try not to absorb too much, but just to observe. And I think for some of you, you're going to notice the things that are irritating you, or if something bothers you, maybe before you just kind of like brush it off. But with the Knight of Swords, the 8 of Cups, and the sensitivity, I feel like you're going to feel things a lot more than before. Whereas before you could have been like, okay, yeah, they left the cabinets open again, whatever, I'll just close them, right? Or maybe now you're like, hey, listen, can you close the cabinet doors, because in the morning when I wake up and I'm not as awake and present, I haven't yet had my coffee, I bump into them and I get a bruise on my knee. It doesn't have to be like angry necessarily expression, but it's when it happens, you addressing it rather than waiting, okay? because then you're fine-tuning your experience, you're fine-tuning your clarity, and also your communication with your partner, and then you're honoring your heart in that moment. Obviously, I know there's compromise here, but there's something about, you know, again, it's the subtle details. So it's little things. It's not going to be, I don't think, the major things, but I think if you let it sit, it's going to manifest into something bigger, right? And then that anger or that frustration is projected in a way that, you know, you don't mean to. So kind of addressing those things and kind of expressing yourself, I think, in the moment is going to be very helpful. Some of you also are just going to be wanting to take some space from your partner because maybe their energy is just too much for you. So you might want to just have some more time to be by yourself here, and Mother Earth might be supporting you with that. Okay, so that's really beautiful, though, to have that sensitivity and that awareness, because you can pick up on those subtleties, and you can also anchor in your higher self and your multidimensional self, right, in a way that serves you in your relationship and, you know, just really honors what you want to create, what you want to build, especially for those of you ascending in your relationships. So for those of you in separation, we have connection. The frequency of connection supports our ability to find alignment and resonance with others, things, and ideas. So you're connecting with things that excite you. You're connecting with, this could be friends or soul groups or even a new person here. But 4 and 1 is 5, it's change. So there's change happening here. So some of you could be meeting someone new, but you've kind of maybe gone through a period of healing on your own, and you're ready to connect in more, maybe with others here. So you heal through connection. You know, we also definitely bloom through connections, right? Through healthy connections. So you could be connecting in more with galactic, I'm saying galactic energy, galactic family, soul family, you know, any sort of like social groups here. Again, for some of you, there could be a partner that you're connecting with, a new partner that's coming in. Okay, but you're finding your alignment within these connections and realizing what resonates with you, because when you're on your healing journey, when you first begin versus when you have reached a certain point in your healing journey, what resonated at the beginning, which would have been that 8 of Cups, no longer resonates, right? So now that it doesn't resonate, now you have that connection to yourself of knowing, okay, this resonates, this is for me, and this feels in alignment with my highest timeline. But this is also ideas, beliefs. So this is a very exciting time for those of you who are in separation. And then for those of you who are single, we have intimacy. The energy of intimacy supports us trusting that we are safe to allow closeness. Okay, so you're going to be becoming more intimate with yourself, with your heart, with your ego, with different parts of who you are, and understanding and knowing yourself. And then I feel like you're going to be letting other people close to you. For some of you, you could have had intimacy challenges that you were working through with letting people close to you. Of course, discernment is always recommended, right? But I feel like some of you could be connecting in deeper with someone here, or just allowing, you know, being very clear about, it's almost like the connection, the intimacy go together, right? Like you're allowing those energies that resonate with you to be closer to you here, okay? And that's rewarding, that's fulfilling. You know, I feel like it lights up your life. You see all those beautiful colors coming in here. It feels like a spring, a summer, a very fertile, beautiful energy here. But yes, I feel like for those of you that are in separation and those of you who are single, like your energies are crossing in the respect that, you know, you're meeting new energies, or you're just being guided to new paths. And it's quite exciting for you. It's a beautiful experience for you here. Okay. So bottom of the deck, I just wanted to show this real quick to show you how powerful this work is we have family, number 5. So we have the root chakra and we have family. So for some of you, you know, as you become more secure in yourself, you'll become more secure in your family. If this isn't your actual family, this could also be, you know, your soul group, or this could be what you're building and you're creating here, and that's grounding in. But there's all these changes, some of them subtle, some of them, you know, a bit stronger. But you're going to notice that you are glowing. You are going to notice that, you know, your life is becoming lighter, and you're having this clearer communication with your higher self or inner being. You're having this clear communication with others. And some of you are not going to have the attachment to other people's responses as much. You're not going to be as affected by how they respond, or if they are not receptive to who you're evolving into. You know, of course, give people time to adjust for those that are important for you, that you want in your life. But there's this sense of having a bit of detachment and a deep security in yourself. So you don't, you're validating yourself, or source is validating you. It's not ego driven, okay? And so I think the ego is also being balanced out here. And it's just these slight adjustments that make some beautiful changes for you, aligning with your 10 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles timeline. So I'm going to go a little bit deeper into the tarot messages here. Actually, I'll probably dive into all of these messages with the tarot, clarifying them, and that's going to be linked below. Thank you so much for joining me. If this did bring you value, then give this video a like, subscribe to join my soul tribe, and if you want to drop a comment or an emoji that this supported you or this assisted you, you can apply this in a way that is best for you, let me know. Everybody have a beautiful week, and I will see you soon.